Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Ericson Presents Mixing Tutorials. Today, we are going to get right to it. But before we do that, I need y'all to hit that subscribe button, bell notification button, all of the above. Go ahead and follow this playlist if you find value in it. Hopefully, it helps you. All right, let's get going. So, today we're going to talk about analyzing, and I am going to take one for the team today. And in doing so, I'm going to use, as you can see right here, it tells you what session I have pulled up. Now, if you guys don't know by now that I do custom presets using the Match EQ from Ozone 9, where I'll go and I'll capture each track, the EQ curve of each track, and I save it as a preset. So if you want to know a little more about that, go ahead and check the link in the description. Also, before you even do it, I'm just going to tell you right now, I am not going to give you the session. Just not going to happen. So now that we have that all squared away, and you guys don't have to email me that question that I keep getting, let's go forward. So as you can see, if I press play, what y'all trying to do? All right. So yeah, I'm taking one for the team because I already know I'm about to get striked down for this one. But you know what? It's all for the sake of education. So I'm going to use this song because we know that this song is well mixed. It is not mastered. It is mixed. When I say that it is mixed and I have the stems, I can do things like, oops.
Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Look out. Pop, it's showtime. Showtime. Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in. Showed up. I'm wearing Cuban links. Designer mix. Inglewood's finest shoes. Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. Known to give the color red.
All right, so as you can see, this is a session, the stems to the session. So now that we have identified that's what it is, let's check out the analyzer. Now, before I do, I can show you these settings. These are my settings. So go ahead and screenshot that. This plugin is free of charge at their website. I'll leave a link in the description so that you can get this plugin and use it to analyze. So let's take a look. Now, mind you, the reason why I think you should be doing this early on is because understanding how to get your music to balance and sound good. So where the bass is hitting, but the bass isn't too loud, or the vocals might not be loud enough, or the snare might not be loud enough. Like, it's hard to tell that when you're in the middle of mixing and it's in your tunnel vision trying to get the music to sound well. This analyzer can help you. So
Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air.
So when I look at this, it's telling me one thing, that the bass on the analyzer is pretty much as loud as the high information, so the claps and all that stuff. Now remember, these are the settings to get this. So screenshot it, use it, do whatever you need to do with it. So you can take any analyzer, honestly, any analyzer you have, and you can pull up on a song, and then you can hear and see what that analyzer is doing and just match it. So
Girls, what y'all trying to do?
Now, when you're starting off, I guarantee that you are going to turn that bass up super loud. And the reason why you're probably going to do that is because you don't have the right environment to tell you if the bass is too loud. And I will be honest with you, I don't even have the right environment to tell me, just based off of simple listening, that the bass is too loud. I have to rely on things like this and other techniques and other ways of checking, just because my room is not equipped to handle, 60 hertz, 40 hertz. So I use the analyzer as well. So I'm not afraid to tell you that I use this. Like it helps, it works. So
Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air.
all right, so what I like to do, this is how I kind of understand the balance of music, is I'll do something like this. So I'll take the kick, so that's peaking around, let's say here. So what is that, 50, negative 50, 48, 50, 54. So that's, I don't know, maybe 51. Yeah. Where is the snare hitting? Oh, you know what? The snare and the clap add up. There we go. So that's like negative 54, a little bit higher. And then let's go back and look at where that kick is hitting. So the kick is slightly higher than that snare and clap together. Not much though. But if you put them together, so that's how I would mimic or level, using, meters. Let's look at what that bass is doing. Now there's a lot of high information in that sense, but there's a lot of low information in that sense. So you can see that's around 48. So then I look at, okay, now I kind of have an understanding of, the difference of where they should be. So then now let's hear how loud the mains are.
Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in. I'm wearing Cuban links, designer mix, Inglewood's finest shoes. Don't
Around
look
negative
too hard,
48.
might hurt yourself. Known to give the color red the blues. Woo, shit.
All right, let's bring that bass
I'm a
back in.
dangerous man with some money in my pocket.
That
Keep up.
synth bass in.
So many pretty girls around me and they're waking up the rocket. Keep up.
So what I'm
Why you
learning
mad? Fix your
from
face.
this
Ain't my fault they don't be
is
jocking.
that the synth bass and the vocals are kind of at the same level.
Showtime. Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in. Showed up. I'm wearing Cuban links, designer mix, Inglewood's finest shoes. Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. Known to give the color red the blues. Woo, shit. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket.
Keep up. All right, so this is how I keep this up. Like I have two screens going at the same time, so I'll keep this up on another screen. So when I'm leaving this up, I'm checking, how is my balance looking? And if I see something like, let me see, if I turn this bass synth up too loud.
Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know.
too loud. Like, I promise you, when you're mixing, that's probably going to happen. You're probably going to see this whole side like, okay, this side is a little too much. And you're going to start figuring out, like, how can I bring it down? I would suggest going ahead and trying to figure out, soloing all of your low end information, try to figure out what it is. Your kick might have too much low end in the kick, and that could probably be boosting up, making all this muddy. So just check all that. Like the kick you don't need that much information in the kick. And you also don't need that much information like in the high mids of the bass. So it's like, it's give and take, but we will get into that. But let's see how much low information is in this kick. Okay. And then how much is in this synth? So if you notice right here, so that would be between 40 and 50 hertz maybe. So between 40, 50, like there's more presence here than there is in the kick. So that means, right. So that means that the kick is getting out of the way of that low end of the synth. Like you can actually physically see that. So if you pull up your kick, solo it, look at it on the analyzer, then solo your bass, look at that on the analyzer, and you see that the kick is in the same low space as the bass, where I would say between 40 and 60 like we saw, then that means you might have an extra bump in this low end that's going to be pushing you higher. So you might want to address that in your kick. Take a little bit of, signal out of your kick, turn it down. Try it out. But as you can see, we want to make sure that low end and the vocals are usually hitting around us. Well, not usually, but on this song, it's doing it. Like now, every song is different. But I mean, it's like I said, this is not something that I want you to copy. I just want to give you the tools that you need to make a decision. That's it. So when you look at this, you can make an accurate decision. Like, okay, I see how that's playing together. Like, how can you take what I just showed you and apply it to your music? Aha. Anyhow, that is how I like to use an analyzer. So yeah, put that on your master bus after your effects and monitor through it. Well, I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. I will try to get to them. But hopefully this helps. All right, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.